Okay. So we're back. So yeah, basically, they're just saying that we need nurses, we need doctors, paramedics, even just like hospital staff workers to do like paperwork, just anything. If we could get anything for these hospitals, it would be better than what we have right now because we have nothing at all. And they're saying it's a critical point, basically meaning like if we don't fix this now, not a year from now, not a month from now, but if we don't fix this now, people are going to start to suffer or die or blah blah blah. Light.
Blight who wasn't communicating the special law on the example from the past said the responsibility to the record health the reflection is the policy and facial law both the municipalities are doing what if they can to say their community.
So yeah, um, so they weren't necessarily just talking about the past. Obviously, this is a big example because this lady's stolen money and is causing more problems for this small town. But he's now just like, yeah, we need to fix this everywhere. We can't just like, oh yeah, the past is very important. There's a big case here, but like, what about the past? What about Red Lake? What about Moose Jaw? What about uh, Easterville? Like, there's all these places, and we have nothing, right? Uh, so they're basically, and because like when they say sell their communities here, they're basically just saying like, we'll say anything to get a doctor. Like, we'll give you a whole bunch of money. We'll try to make a movie theater so you have fun. Like, we'll build stuff so that you have fun here. Basically, like we're desperate. We'll do anything so that you have fun here. Yeah.
When it workers, he said it the central place of the mind of the resident. Knowing quality health care is the close to home.
Yeah. This is quite nice, actually, because in my hometown, for example, we have had a doctor for her whole life in Red Lake. It's actually a friend of my dad. Um, and she's worked as the doctor forever. She's my family doctor. Um, and it's so much nicer knowing that she's there, that I can go to the hospital and she knows me and can fix me, rather than I go to the hospital and I don't know if anyone can help me. They're like, well, maybe we're going to have to bring you to Thunder Bay or Winnipeg. We might have to bring you to the big city. And that's 4 or 5 hours away. Or we might bring you to the other town 2 hours away or 1 hour away. So it is quite nice to have someone local so that you're not like so worried about getting sick or breaking an arm or something like that.
That can make the difference of the saving your life or not.
Again, uh, for a big city, for near my hometown, Thunder Bay or Winnipeg, which are not very big, it is 5 hours away. So 5 hours of driving, I could die if there's a serious problem, right? Um, so making sure that someone's in my local area, I only spend 20 minutes. Maybe I still need to go to Thunder Bay or Winnipeg because they don't have all the tools there, but they'll be able to fix me up to a level that is normal, and then they can fly me or drive me to Thunder Bay or Winnipeg, and I can live. But without someone there, I would just die. So it could mean life or death. Same with this. Uh, this is just again saying that not enough doctors, stress, patients are worried. Um, new medical schools could help family doctor shortage. They're trying to uh, make doctors focus on a community, not focus on the city, right? Like if you are focused on Red Lake, you'll want to live in Red Lake. But if you're focused on Vancouver or focused on Toronto, you want to live in Toronto or Vancouver, right? So they're going to try to get you to focus on a community rather than the big city. Yeah. So
When it doesn't work, it's able solely
devastating, devastating.
devastating to the community and its resident. Blinding said,
Basically, if you don't find a doctor, it's absolutely devastating. The community, people get sick and die, which they shouldn't. They should be able to live, but they couldn't because they didn't have proper health care. Or uh, people are so worried about their life that they move away from the city or the town because they feel like, well, if I hurt my arm, it's over, right? So people all start moving to the Winnipeg, and then the only people left in their hometown are either poor or not well treated, and it's not good. Very bad.
not only are they out the financially for the some sort of the incentive that's being provided, but also the fact that they've lost a care,
Caregiver. Um, Basically, they're just saying the past, right, where that lady left. They are going to have financial problems because of this. Because again, I can't get medicine here. I have to go drive to the next city or next town, maybe an hour away, maybe 2 hours away, or maybe 6 hours away to Winnipeg, right? That could be really bad. Or some other incentives like I can't just like if my son gets sick with the flu or something, or my daughter, I can't just like bring him to the doctor for a quick medicine thing. I have to again travel. And then of course they're just sad they lost this person. This person was they were hoping she was there for a year and a half. They were hoping she would become part of the community, become part of like I don't know if you've lived in such a small town, but when you have such a small town of 5,000 people, it's very close family. Like everyone feels more like family, and so to lose a family member feels really bad. Yeah.
but even with incentives, it can be hard the decisions to the state in rural and remote communities. Dr.
Yeah, groups. So basically saying that incentives meaning what are we going to give you to come here? So are we going to give you more money? Are we going to give you free food, free house, free what? Like what are we going to give you that will make you want to come here? And he's saying that even with everything we give them more money, we give them maybe a free house, maybe blah blah blah. Like we give them a whole bunch of stuff, and they still don't want to come. That's kind of the problem.
They may not have the precision colleagues and good face culture of the resource in selection. They may have the spouse who also need a job and children who require care.
Yeah, so imagine you go to these small towns and you're the doctor. Your children are going to get worse schools because it's just less good schools there, right? So why would you want to go there? Yeah, you might get a lot of money and you might get stuff, but then your children get a worse life. People aren't going to pick that. Or your wife, let's say she wants to work, you're working as a doctor, but she's looking around at this small town and is like, I work at the grocery store. Like that could be another problem. And of course, this is less of a problem in my opinion, but culturally or religiously, if you want to be near people similar to you, like, oh, I'm a Muslim, I want to be near Muslims, or I'm Chinese, I want to be near Chinese people, that could be an important thing where these small towns are not at all like that. They're all one group of people generally. So if you want that, you can't go to these small towns, right?
In the family can't sit down laws. The relationship may not work out the long term. Long term.
Yeah. Basically saying if we can't settle down in this city and love this city or this town, it's probably not going to be long term. I might be here for a year and then leave, or 2 years and then leave. Like, I'm not going to do 10 years because I don't want to be here. That's kind of why my hometown doctor worked out, was she ended up finding a guy in my hometown, got married. They didn't have children, so that she didn't worry about education of her children. Uh, she liked outdoor activities, so her hobbies were perfect for that area. So she ended up being perfect, right? Because everything in my hometown worked for her. But if you like city life, my hometown's horrible. If you like good education, my hometown's horrible. Uh, and if you don't find a good guy there, which there's not a lot of good guys in my hometown, uh, you might not find a family, and that might make you want to run away, right?
Making doctor
Matching.
Matching doctor community is the curricula. So
Basically saying having a doctor that likes this community is very important. You have to find a doctor that likes the community. If you find a doctor and just put them in any community, they'll just leave, right? You need to find the community that they like, so that boom, they stay, right?
so where the incentive are the
Incentives.
important. It is also the curricula to find a good match with a community set doctor. Nathan Gary, a family physician and Manitoba representative or the society of the rural physicians of the Canada. Okay.
So again, yeah, obviously we still need to offer them a lot of money. Obviously, we still need to help them with money, but at the same time, we need to find a good town that they like. Maybe for that lady, if she went to Easterville, she might have been great, but the pass was too bad for her. Maybe, right? So if we find a good place for you plus the money, they probably will stay.
If we want to be long-lived in the jobs, we have the ensure that we have plans in our lives, she said. I'm feeling the potentially that you're not party played part of the community that can be the change to the people
Challenge.
can change to the people that makes them not want to remain in a certain location, and when it is the opposite with the length of the financial incentive that be easily missed.
Yeah, basically say if you don't feel like a part of the community and people don't like you, why would you stay? Like, you're a doctor. You're a doctor. You still will get lots of money if you go to Vancouver, right? So why would I stay in a small town that no one likes me with more money when I could go to a place that people love me and slightly less money? Like, the money is not going to be a big deal. I'm a doctor. I make 100,000, maybe 200,000, maybe 150,000. If I go from 150,000 to 100,000, I'm still going to be happy. Um, and I might be more happy in Vancouver than in the pass, right? Uh, Freeland visits Halifax, highlights. Oh, just student. They're trying to forgive students for doctors and nurses. So, like, we get more of them, right? Get you out of debt so that you can quickly become a doctor and not have to worry about things. Also, how students' loans keep people trapped in debt. They're talking about, like, again, you take on like 10 years of debt for school for a doctor. If we can get rid of that, If you work in a small town, people might do that. That could be a huge one, but we'll see.
Communities and governments need to get the creative and be facilitable with things like leaving the arrangement set clearly who spotlights her the passage between the family and emergency medicine in the Norway House, Great Nation in the northern Manitoba and Winnipeg, where she was as the
Palliative care.
palliative care physician.
So basically, they're just saying that if people do want to live in Vancouver, Winnipeg, like the big cities, because people do like that, how about we do half and half? You live in this small town for half the year, or like 1 month there, 1 month in Winnipeg, and then you can kind of still have your fun, right? You have your fun and you help these people, right?
She believes doctors and nurses don't necessarily have to live in the community for time to do a great job for their
But patients, right? The people. So again, same as what I just said, right? You don't have to live in the past for 12 months of the year. Maybe you live in the past for 6 months of the year, and the other 6 you live in Winnipeg or Edmonton or somewhere else, and you just fly back and forth. That's very common. Also, she also mentioned up here, like making sure that you have like creativity and flexibility, meaning like I can do more than just medicine. I can have fun. I can go fishing. I can do stuff, right? Like I want to do both, right?
allowing incredulous to spread their practice can lead to much more load and long lifetime of the vaccines that the decide to the community and are there for the long haul. She said nothing that some communities might feel that the vaccine Southern sped layer the fascist boat she can think of several express where that ability has worked.
So basically, she's saying that this could be a great way to keep doctors long term in these areas. Uh,
Mm.
uh, the communities might not like it because the community would want you to live there 24 hours a day, right? They want you always there. But hey, we might have to not do this, right? We might have to do it the other way because if we don't, we might not have anyone, right? Uh, and then she also says when it doesn't. So she knows when it has worked and when it hasn't worked. So maybe she knows, like, oh, if you do it this way, it works. And if you do it this way, it doesn't work. So maybe she will know some ideas of how to make sure it works.
What I feel the confident saying it that you would be hard place find physician that wants to abandon their potential traits.
Basically saying if we can get you connected to that community, most doctors don't want to like abandon them and be like, bye, good luck. Like doctors want to heal people and help people, right? That's why they get that job. And so if you can get them connected by just doing 6 months at a time or a few months of the time, I'll be connected. And then maybe in the future, I'll stay and live there for like 5 years or 10 years, maybe. But let's start slow so that we get connected first.
A vaccine who has worked in the location for more than a few months is going to feel a great reversibility to the pets that have in their prestige and to the people that they look after and the community that they are trying to be part of season.
basically, again, she's saying that like if you've been there for a few months taking care of these people and you start to remember people's names and like, oh, I know, hey Bob, what's up? Your leg starting to hurt again, or blah blah blah. Like you start to know the community, you start to know the people. Um, it's very difficult for a doctor to be like, well, sorry, Bob, I don't care anymore and leave. Like it's really hard to do that. So again, let's focus on that and try to make it so that it's hard for them to leave, so that they stay. Right?
So I don't believe that the decision are very made lightly. Like,
Yeah. So basically saying that like I don't believe that these people leave these communities because they hate the people. I think these people leave the communities because they don't have another choice. They're just like, I can't stay here. Like, it's not good enough for my family, and family's first. I love these people, but my family always comes first, or something like that.
yes. So
Mhm.
Winnipeg and Vancouver, I just think the I ask you question, which Canada, which cities the temperature is warm, is cold, is warm.
Vancouver. Vancouver.
Vancouver is warm.
Vancouver is the warmest place. Vancouver and Toronto are the two warmest places.
Van-
Sorry, no. Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls and Vancouver are the two warmest
Niagara Falls.
places.
Niagara Falls is which city? Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls. It's the waterfall. Remember by America?
Niagara Falls.
Niagara.
Oh, yes, man. And Calgary, the water is nice or no? Niagara Falls.
No, Calgary and Edmonton and Regina and Winnipeg and Saskatoon. Those are like the coldest cities of Canada.
How does it?
They're really
And
bad.
they say in the Calgary, he's have the bunch for have lucky sun in the here.
Yeah.
So very warm in the here. Calgary,
No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no.
no.
BC
BC,
is warm because of the mountains. Alberta is cold
Alberta is
because of the mountains. Because the way it works is warm air comes from California up uh, and then kind of hits Vancouver and Seattle and stuff. But then when it hits the mountains, like Rocky Mountains, it just stays. It stays
yes.
in Vancouver, stays in Nanaimo, Victoria. It all stays there and never gets over the mountains. And when any air gets over the mountains, it's all frozen, like minus 40, minus 50. Like Edmonton and Calgary, super cold. And they're like the same. Vancouver and Calgary are like this. Vancouver, like, let me just look up right now. Vancouver temperature today
Vancouver today temperature I
is 2. Well, it's 4 Celsius to minus 1 Celsius today, depending on which time of day, right?
yeah.
Calgary temperature.
Vancouver too, yeah.
Uh,
Calgary, Vancouver same the Seattle. And the
Calgary says 1 minus 1 to minus 7 Celsius for Calgary. So Calgary is already colder right now. Calgary is normally warmer than Edmonton because Edmonton is farther north. Edmonton says minus 3 to minus 11 Celsius. So like, yeah. And then if I go Toronto temperature. Well, Toronto's very similar to Vancouver, 2 Celsius to minus 1 Celsius. So a little bit colder, but not very much colder. And Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls. Yeah, Niagara Falls, same idea. 2 Celsius to minus 1 Celsius. So Toronto, Vancouver, and Niagara Falls, no snow. It's rain still, but Calgary and Edmonton snow already, right? And then if we look at Regina, No, Regina's basically the same as Calgary.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly.
Winnipeg's normally colder. Oh no, Winnipeg's same as Calgary as well. Oh, it's very warm this year. Wow, interesting.
Yeah, just the now I see Earth, any location is the one.
But
And
like a lot warmer. Like normally -10 to -15 right now. Like this is really warm. I guess Edmonton is -11. So yeah, that makes sense.
so
But Edmonton is normal, but everyone else is
just
warm. Good
one
for
go,
them.
but Toronto is one. Another city is called in the Canada.
What about Ottawa and Kingston? They might be okay because they're pretty close.
Quebec is called or no?
They're normally about the same. Yeah, they're about the same. Ooh,
Same.
actually, Kingston is doing amazing. Kingston, where my brother lives, equals 7 Celsius
Oh, your brother is
to
the
3 Celsius. This is like the warmest one so far. It's not even -1 at nighttime. It's 7 to 3. Uh, let's look at Montreal then. Montreal might be pretty good then. Montreal. No, Montreal -1 +1. Okay.
one.
Ottawa. Same. What about Quebec City? Quebec. City.
Quebec City.
Oh, Quebec City -9.
Nine.
Very cold right now.
Oh,
-9. Whew.
so
Okay, so no, Kingston I guess is the best right now. Yeah, Kingston's a great place.
most Canadian people they love warm or love cold.
They like both. They like the warm for like swimming, but they love the winter for like skiing. Like we love both. We love hockey for the winter, but we love summer for swimming and camping. So like we love both. We just like we hate too hot and too cold.
We hate
Like
oh yes.
when it's -40, we're not happy. When it's +40, we're not happy. When it's 15 Celsius, we're happy. When it's -5, we're happy. Like basically -10 to -10 to like 20 Celsius, we are happiest, right? Because -10, good snow for skiing and hockey. +20 is good for camping and swimming. But 40 or 30, too hot.
You like both or
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
you,
But yeah. Sorry, we're out of time
Okay.
now. See you after lunch, right? Yeah. Bye.